Welcome to your daily focus for July the 30th, 2015. My name is Tilly and welcome to Tarot with Tilly, and thank you so much truly for all the support you give me each and every day. Now let's get right to the cards. We start with the Six of Swords. So now when I first laid this down, the light in the background, and there is a figure actually behind the light in the background. So I take that as our spirit guides, our angels, God, okay, having our back. And now there's swords sticking up out of the water, there's swords hanging down, and we stand there at the front of that boat looking directly forward. It's a determination, it's a strength. We're courageous. Now, I do think that those swords are there to help us, to protect us. They are our lessons going forward. But we're also keeping a keen eye that we don't run into the same problems that we've run into before. That we're watching our actions, our decisions going forward today. Okay, because many times in our lives, we follow the same pattern. This happens in our life and we immediately do this. And it's there for a very important purpose, isn't it? It's there to keep us safe. Those are our internal safety mechanisms that we're all born with and gifted with. So if we touch the hot stove, we know next time not to touch the hot stove. We know if we touch the hot stove, we're going to get burnt. So we don't touch the hot stove. And it's through trial and error and learning and going through our lessons that we realize that we can touch the stove if it hasn't been on. We can't touch the stove when it is on. We can't touch the stove sometimes if it's been off for a short period of time. And we learn these things, and then we stick by them, and we do the same thing over and over again. Unfortunately, as we go through life, what happens is we have a certain situation, we devise a response, we get through it, and so the next time that comes up, we don't even question our actions, we do the same thing again. And unfortunately, sometimes in our lives, that turns into self-sabotage. That turns into not believing about ourselves. So, those lessons are there. We might be learning a little bit more. Okay, we might be looking back upon a lesson with today's wisdom and understanding why we did certain things in a certain way. And now, with our wisdom of today, we see how we could have made another choice, another decision, another action. How we could have put ourselves into a situation or pulled ourselves out. And what happens is that old lesson, that old pain, that old hurt has no power over us anymore. And we can make a new action and take new directions and allow our strength, because I really see her as a very strong person at the beginning here, standing at the beginning of the boat. Now we have the Knight of Coins. So for many of us today, it's financial, career, job. It could be just our well-being, though, with the green there and the growth. It could just be finding a security. We have the two horses there, and now you could take those horses as frolicking, playing, or they're fighting it out. They're dueling it out. They're showing their strength to each other. But no matter how you look at it, okay, it's a strengthening of who we are internally. What we need to do, what we need to conquer. Maybe it's somebody we need to conquer, or not allow their opinion to matter as much. Maybe somebody is giving us the wrong advice, or giving us advice only to keep us safe, because they don't want to see us hurt. They don't want to see us fail. And so they're giving the advice to keep us safe rather than to allow us to grow. And maybe this is where you need to step into your independence today, your strength today. We know the right choices for ourselves. We have that intelligence. So it could be leaning on what you know is right and standing your ground, using your independence in some way to stand strong for who you are, where you're going, what you desire, what you want to manifest going forward. And we have the Six of Coins. Now, the Six of Coins is sometimes a luck card, okay, but it's bringing balance in. It's bringing balance in. Many times in our lives, it brings in balance where we thought we weren't appreciated, or we didn't receive the payout we thought. Maybe we did a job and we didn't get paid for it, or we got paid a lot less than we expected to get paid, or maybe nobody even bothered to say thank you for what you did. Now, it could be work, it could be money, it could just, sometimes it's just a thank you. Sometimes it's just the acknowledgement that we did something for somebody else. We went out of our way. We took on a responsibility. We took on an obligation that wasn't ours to walk. And we did that in order to help other people that we love out in our lives. And I think, the appreciation comes in today, or the recognition for what you did, or maybe the thank you comes through. For some of us, this could be financial payouts. This could be court settlements. This could be insurance payouts. This is either some sort of well-being coming into our lives today to enrich our lives going forward. It could come through very much as a monetary solution. It could be that job you want. It could be just that aha moment of how to create wealth in your life. So pay attention. Pay attention. I'm getting so much about pay attention to your heart, your inner wisdom. And he's picking up a coin, but you know what? I just kept seeing a heart there. And I had to look because I was pretty sure it was a coin, but yet when I'm looking at it through the little window here, it shows me it looked more like a heart. So it's things of the heart coming into balance today, I think. And there's the green again. So it's our well-being. It's our growth. Now we have 5, vision and diplomacy. So it's, I guess, maybe even keeping this kind of in balance today, having that vision of what you want to manifest, keeping it alive. Okay, I know so many that are struggling right now and not really seeing the path forward. Diplomacy, this isn't a time when we have whimsical, there's a lot of magic in the air, don't get me wrong here. There's a lot of magic around us right now, and maybe we are not seeing the effects of that magic, but it is happening nonetheless in your life. And where you have to backtrack, where you have to look in more, where you have to think of your words each step and make that deliberate step forward. The diplomacy, using the diplomacy, it enables us to step onto the right path the first time with a sure footing. So it's keeping our vision, and there's the owl for the wisdom, right? So tapping into your inner wisdom today. Yes, we need to be a little bit diplomatic. That shows with the Six of Swords, right? We're in deep concentration here that every step forward, every movement forward is the right movement forward. We're thinking it, we're rethinking it, we're planning, we're gathering information. We're understanding each step clearly so that we're taking the right step the first time. I think a helping hand will come in today. And it might just be an aha moment. It might come from inside. It might be internal rather than external. But I think for many of you, it'll be an external push of a helping hand. There's one hand there, right? A helping hand to balance those scales, to give you the recognition where you thought there was none. For somebody to say, I've been seeing what you've been doing, And so we're looking at you for a promotion, or we're looking at you for this job, or, you know, you have to fit it into your priority list of what that means to you. Okay, because it could be at the home, it could be in the neighborhood, it could be within the community, it could be at work, it could be spiritually. Show your independence, show your strength, show your courage. Stand up for what you know is the right step forward for you. Tap into not only your wisdom, but understand your vision of tomorrow, what you want it to look like, and use the diplomacy. Be the diplomat. Get all of the information. Choose the right words in the right situations. And I think today will be a very strong step forward into your tomorrow. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.